Have you ever wondered about the bones of a story? What did the outline look like before the characters hijacked it? Ophelia Kee always wondered the same things about her own stories. As a discovery writer, the chaotic pantser style, not even the author knew how the tales in the Draoithe Saga would go until they went. Backward analyzing one story while busy writing the next tale or two somehow never happened. Apparently, OK put things off long enough, and some fancy computer magic will provide us with those long-wished-for story overviews. We can finally X-ray the tales from the dream and see their skeletons. Shall we investigate the next story in the dream?
All right, today we're jumping headfirst into the world of Druid Fox by Ophelia Kee. And let me tell you, this one's a wild ride. We're talking ancient magic, seriously dangerous deals, and a love story that's literally been going on for centuries. So let's dive right in.
And you know, when the author says that, she is not kidding. This really isn't just a story you read, it's something you experience. It's a total deep dive into this incredible world of myths, magic, and some very intense relationships. This quote, it's the perfect way to get us into the right mindset for the high-stakes, almost dreamlike world we're about to get into.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this pretty complex world, we're going to break it down. First, we'll step into what they call the dream. Then we'll look at a really important deal, an ancient king's bargain. After that, we'll cover the hunt for shifters, see how a diverse pack gets formed, and wrap it all up with the heavy stuff, oaths, kings, and magic.
All right, Section 1. Welcome to the dream. Look, before we can even begin to get into the characters and their drama, we first have to get our heads around the massive world they live in, which is called the Draoithe Saga.
And yeah, that word saga is there for a reason. The author is being super intentional here. This isn't just a single story, you guys. It's part of a huge, epic chronicle about building an entire immortal kingdom. And what's the whole point of this kingdom? Well, its one job is to fight back against anything that's unbalancing the magic of their world. So, what does this world actually look like? Okay, picture this. All the myths, legends, and fairy tales you've ever heard, they're all real. And it's all happening in, of all places, a magical version of Tyler, Texas. This world is filled with shifters, people who can change their shape into animals, and a huge part of their lives is finding their one true fated mate. So yeah, this is definitely a steamy 18+ urban fantasy, and it's all built around this massive conflict to bring magic back into balance.
Okay, let's get into the main plot. Every great story needs that one thing that kicks it all off, right? The catalyst. And in Druid Fox, the entire thing starts with a massive, high-stakes bargain between two extremely powerful guys. So on one side, you've got Luke Mendes. He's a direwolf shifter, a brand new pack leader, and he's just trying to build a safe place for his people. And on the other side, we have Duncan O'Sullivan, who everyone just calls Fox. He's not just any shifter, he's an ancient Druid King, and he is on the run. It's a perfect storm, really. Luke needs strength and knowledge for his new pack, and Fox is desperate for a place to hide. It's a classic trade-off, safety in exchange for some seriously powerful magic. And that's the bargain, right there. Fox basically says, I'll give you all my ancient Druid knowledge, all the secrets, all the power, if you give me sanctuary. But here's the thing, he's not just looking out for number one. He needs protection for himself and his two companions. And as we're about to see, their story is the whole reason they're in this mess to begin with.
So let's talk about Fox and his mate Artie, because their relationship is, well, it's complicated. We're talking about a 400-year bond that started with something truly awful. Basically, 400 years ago, he found her dying after her master nearly killed her. To save her, he did the only thing he could think of. He turned her into an Arctic fox shifter. But, and this is a huge but, he did it without her permission. An act like that, a forced turning, can literally make someone go insane. So to stop that from happening, he used a powerful, ancient fealty oath to bind her to him, making her his body servant. He truly believed it was the only way to save her mind.
Okay, so what exactly is a body servant in this world? The book is very clear. It's a thrall. I mean, we're essentially talking about a magical slave. This fealty oath forces them to submit to their master's every command, and if they disobey, the punishment is, well, it's sexual torture, inflicted through magic. It is an incredibly dark concept, and the story presents it as this horrible, last resort choice that Fox made, convinced it was the only thing that could save Artie's life and keep her sanity intact after what she went through.
So that raises a big question, right? Why are they on the run? What are they running from? Well, that brings us to our next section, the hunt for shifters, and the main villain of this whole story. This is the threat that's forcing everyone's hand.
So, let's meet the bad guy, Peter Elliott. Outwardly, he's just some wealthy CEO of a pharmaceutical company. But here's the massive twist. He's a shifter himself, a brown bear shifter, and he is hunting, capturing, and experimenting on his own kind.
And his operation, it's absolutely monstrous. He has a team that hunts and captures other shifters. Then he has them caged, tortured, and experimented on. Why? He's trying to figure out the secret to their biology. You know, their super fast healing, their immortality. His ultimate goal is to create some kind of fountain of youth drug for his company. And the sickest part? The entire brutal process is filmed, all for data collection. And this brings us to the third person in Fox's group, a woman named Isabel Dracos. She is a phoenix shifter, and she is also one of Peter Elliott's most recent victims, who actually managed to escape. She is the immediate reason they are so desperate for Luke's help.
So why is she so important? Why is everyone so focused on her? Get this, it's believed that there are fewer than 10 phoenixes left in the entire world. That makes Isabel unbelievably rare and powerful. For a guy like Elliott, she's a priceless target. So yeah, the stakes for keeping her safe, they are sky high. So now that we know what they're up against, we get to see how our heroes start to fight back. They're forging a new pack. And this is about way more than just finding a safe place to hide. It's about building an army. It's about creating a family strong enough to take this guy down. And Luke gets it. He knows exactly how tricky this is going to be. He says it himself. There's strength in diverse numbers, but that can also lead to contention. He's basically saying that, yeah, bringing all these different powerful people together is their best shot at winning, but it's also a huge risk. All that power in one place could just as easily cause them to implode. And so, this new pack starts coming together, and you can really see that diversity Luke was talking about. You've got not one, but two alphas leading the charge, Luke the direwolf and Eli the tiger. You've got Fox handling all the ancient magical intelligence. Then you have Artie, the Arctic fox, on research, and Isabel, the phoenix, who's not just an artist, but also a key part of their defense. I mean, this is the team they're pinning all their hopes on to take down Elliott. All right, last section, and this is where we get into the really deep magic of this world. This whole thing, it's about more than just surviving. It's about oaths and kings. It's about bringing back an ancient system of power to build something that will last forever. To really get what's going on here, you need to know this one word, query. So what is it? It's the title for a Druid King. This isn't just a regular king. It's someone who was literally born touching magic, destined to lead their people and wield incredible power. And this is what Fox used to be, before he gave it all up. And that right there, that reveals Fox's real motivation. This deal with Luke was never just about staying alive. It's about getting back what he lost. It's about reclaiming his birthright. He says it himself, I want to be Curie once again. I wish to live free as a Druid King and run with my Arctic fox. So how are they going to pull this off? Well, their plan is this really fascinating mix of magic and politics. Check this out. Fox is going to swear a fealty oath to Luke. By doing that, by submitting to him, he magically elevates Luke to the level of Re-Regrek, which basically means High King. Then, as the High King, Luke gets the authority to turn around and officially reinstate Fox as a querary under his command. It's like a magical loophole, and once they do that, it unlocks their full potential, giving them access to all this ancient druid power they need to build their kingdom and once and for all, take Elliott down. And all of this really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? In a world that's run by magic and destiny and fated mates, what's the strongest bond of all? Is it a magical oath you can't break? Is it your bloodline? Or is it just a choice? The choice to fight for the people you care about. Druid Fox really makes you think that the real answer is probably a messy, powerful combination of all three. What a world to dive into. Thanks for joining me on this one.
I sincerely hope you enjoyed this view of a story skeleton, glimpsing the characters, setting, and plot structure along with the twists within the writing in this tale from the Draoithe Saga by Ophelia Kee. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more original stories and audio adventures. A special thank you to OK Music Writers for writing and for sharing the Enter the Dream soundtrack. It's more than a story, it's an experience. Welcome to the dream.